professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail, man. Sometimes you have to fight your best friend. I used the end of Creed 3 as the thumbnail when Dame and Adonis were talking about, apologizing to each other. And, Adonis Creed's character was saying, I didn't check up on you when you was locked up. I'm sorry, basically, that's on me. And then Dame's character was like, we were both kids, man, that wasn't on you. And then basically Creed said it wasn't on you either. And I think about it because sometimes the only person that will really let you fight them, to get it out of your system what was done to you by a third party, is your best friend. Sometimes that's the only person that you can not only just confide in, but sometimes that's who y'all take it out on. Or we take it out on the best friend. And our best friend understands it. And sometimes, best friend does it to us. And it's sad because sometimes you don't realize that, part of, relationships, friendships, family, you deal with the ups and the downs. But few people are willing to ride with you actually through the downs. And few people, are willing to take it there. Like, I remember a quote from Mike Tyson. He said, everybody that fights you isn't your enemy. And everybody that helps you isn't your friend. And that's what he said fighting taught him. And sometimes your best friend fights you. Sometimes your best friend is the person that won't let you do a certain thing. And your best friend will stop you from doing a certain thing. Your best friend will get into it with you before you get into it with another person. And some of us don't appreciate the friends we have in life that will do that because, there's less, sometimes there's less backlash, there's less consequences and repercussions of you fighting your best friend than you fighting an enemy, right? And, it's sad because sometimes, friends become enemies. And, it's a bad thing when best friends become enemies because then it can go really bad. But sometimes it's your best friend that's willing to risk it all. Some of us may or may not have been in those type of relationships where somebody loves you so much that, how can I say this? They love you so much they're willing to do the right thing for you and at the same time risk the friendship. They'll rather you be mad at them than you put yourself in a position that you can't, get out of. And it's admirable, Sometimes it can be stupid. I gotta be honest, but it's admirable. Sometimes your best friend will tire you out. They'll tire you out. They'll fight you to the point where you ain't got any more energy to fight. So you don't have the energy to go out there. Get what I'm saying? And do something and fight someone else. That's the person you can talk to. That's the person that can tell you the unadulterated truth, whether you like it or not, And there's an element of love and respect in there when, you love somebody enough that if you got to go to blows with them, for their betterment, you will. everybody doesn't do that. Everybody doesn't understand that. You know, it's a foreign concept to some. But it's real. Like, you know, sometimes you can't kill a negative thing in yourself. You need somebody else to do it. Sometimes, you know, your friends help you grow up because they're willing to fight you to show you how wrong you are. Sometimes your friends are willing to fight you to show you how right you are. Sometimes your friends are willing to fight you to show you how silly you are. Sometimes your friend will fight you to show you how smart you are. But, you know, sometimes you might have to fight your best friend. You know. Sometimes you might get into it with your best friend because they don't want you to mess up your life or mess up your family or whatever, right? You know, and you might be at odds because you're not going to be able to do certain things in their presence because they're not having it, because they expect more of you. And they're willing to, you know, fight you for you to meet that expectation. Not just because they have it of you, but also because you have an expectation of yourself and they're not going to let you waver. You know, sometimes, you know, if you've been down that road, you understand that sometimes, you know, your best friend is in the opposite corner. So I'm going to leave it at that. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you there.